and knowing that at some point me and Frank was going to do business again, because the reality is he needs main event fighters. I'm not a main event today, but you know, it's not going to be no time at all. I'm going to be back a main event fighter, and I need a power player. So that's why, you know, I put all the past behind me. I'm doing business with Frank now. He's going to do what he does out of the ring, and obviously I need to do what I need to do in the ring. But like I said, I've got a lot of fire left in me, and I'm looking forward to moving ahead. And the fights that are ahead, Danny Williams, you know, I boxed Danny, done him the second time. He wouldn't even take the fight the third year. All last year, him and Spencer Ferrand refused to fight me for a third time. So that's done and dusted.
When did I refuse it?
He's got that.
When did I refuse it?
And he's the one who's kind of put me in this position. So if I get a chance to rectify that, that would be great. But you know, that ain't even on the top of my agenda, because the reality is everyone knows how. If I fought Michael Sport, I mean, I used to spar with him for 2 years. I had him as a sparring partner. Never hurt me. In my wildest dreams, I thought, boy, this fight, I'm flat as a whistle. But the worst thing that's going to happen to me in this fight is I'll lose them. I'll win on points. It won't be a great fight. That's a, in all my scenarios, I would have never imagined he could play just a show. You know, I sparred with the guy for 2 years, never hurt me once, and he knocks me spark out the first guy. It's just ironic. I'm sitting there on the sideline thinking, you know, Atlantis, Morissette, wherever it is, isn't it ironic? You know, and that's it. You know, people have passed me by before, many times before, like the old horse in the last day, and I'll catch them up.
Well, isn't there a sense that you need to fight more often, get really, really busy?
No, it's not that. It's the right fights. It's the right fights. I mean, after Danny Williams 2, I could have gone straight in there with Matt Skelton. You saw Frank. He said he's going to deliver the time. He delivered it. You know, Matt Skelton got the shot, and he didn't make the most of it. So it's about the right fights. It's about the right fights and the right opponents. And there's plenty of fighters out there that's going to allow me to climb back to the top. Now with Frank, well, there's plenty of guys out there who's going to, you know, the right guys. The right guys. I can have 2 warm-ups straight in there with someone ranked in the top 15.
Audley, it's kind of a natural, surely.
Well, my philosophy, and I ain't spoken to Frank on it, but my philosophy with David Hayes is that I'm to death. You know what I mean? And he's
business, though, isn't it?
Business is business. David is aiming to win a world title, and I'm aiming to win a world title. And I wouldn't be interested in fighting David Hayes unless I won a world title, because that's a win next year. That's a super fight. You know, I've got to go out and achieve my goal, which was to win a world title. And obviously, David Hayes wants to go and move to heavyweight and win a world title. So it means that if he achieves his goals as a heavyweight and wins the world title, and I achieve it in Wembley, that's the only way I'd be looking to fight David Hayes. You know, because David Hayes he's a serious operator, and I'm giving him more dues that, you know, that fight with Enzo Macaroni and just what he's done, you know, and he's had to slip up to Carl Thompson. And you know, me and David Hayes, with both of us having a belt, is
have you sparred him?
Is a super fight. Yeah, I sparred David.
How did he get on? Do you think you got his measure?
The last time I sparred with David Hayes, I'm gonna be honest, Lennox was coming down to see me. I was in Miami. I just lost to Danny, so my confidence was on the floor. And David punched me around the ring. And Lennox came down to the gym. He was coming down. They said, "Oh, I'm coming down tonight to see you." And I had a couple of novices who were coming down to the gym, and David was in town. He said, "Oh, I might come down." So David came down, and Lennox is here. I'm just, you know, because I'd been straightened weight. So David coming. David was lively. You know, he just got off. He was like, we done like 5 or 6 rounds, and David got the better of me. You know, he got the better of me in terms of just like, yeah, he never hurt me or something, but he got the better of me. But we sparred so many rounds before. But the last time, we sparred one more time after that. But you know, me and David's style is a great gel. Me and his style is a great gel. But like I said, that fight, I have to win the world title. And I know David. I've spoken to David, and David has to win the world. And then, you know, that fight, you know, strictly business. You know, I love that. That would be Wembley Stadium, you know, somewhere big, and it'd be a huge fight.
But you're not fighting on to restore wounded pride. I mean, you're fighting on because you've still got the hunger and enthusiasm.
What? The thing is, I don't have to be sitting there fighting on undercard, phoning Frank, Curtis Hobson. I'm sitting here today is because I've got a goal that I set for myself, and I'm going to achieve it. And when you get knocked down and things go your way, you know what I mean, that's the measure of a man. You know what I mean, the measure of me is that I'm still sitting there saying, look, things ain't gone the way I planned it. I've had a lot of drama out there, and but I'm still here, and I'm still believing. You know, the bottom line is I'm still believing. There ain't another heavyweight who's got my skills and my ability. They say the heart. Can anyone got no fucking heart? I mean, look at the life that I'm living. Look at the life I've come from. You know what I mean? You want to talk about heart. Look at what I've had to go through to even be sitting there today.
Nobody doubts your skills only, but at your age and with the injuries you've had, can you still demonstrate the skills you've developed?
36 years of age, I'm young. I'm a fresh, young guy. All right, take away injuries aside. Started boxing at 20 years of age. easily, if I want to be boxing at 41, I'm living the life, happily married, living the life, I'm not a playboy no more. All I do really is train. I mean, I was happily living that playboy lifestyle, no regrets. And I was happily, you know, turned professional with my dream and my vision, no regrets. But life, you know, your plan that you have for yourself. I mean, I've never been a guy, and it's just all been, but it's all, I just know who's working the magic, and I just know it's destiny. You know, it's a great show, big card to be on. I mean, Kawasaki Open, great card. All the pressure you guys are here, you know.
And you say Buddy's training, you know?
Yeah, I mean, me and Buddy's been on and off. You know, me and Phil, me and Buddy, we're on and off. It's kind of like, still with both of them. And it's kind of like, it's just like one lives in Florida, one's here. So it's kind of like I have to, you know, it'd be great to get them all together in the same, under the same roof. And obviously when I'm fighting for that world title and I'm back to in position of power, then I can command that. You know, it's kind of tough with both of these guys busy with their own camps. So I have to just sometimes pick and choose, but it's kind of, I'm getting the best of both worlds, you know what I mean? And it's like,
well, you took such a lot of stick at the time.
Yeah.
Did you ever at any point think, oh, I'm just going to pack this in there? There's no point. I'm not going to be fighting.
You know, I've looked in the mirror many times. I've looked in the mirror many
in the news of the world.
I looked in the news of the world, and every time I look in it, every time it's always the same thing. Or do you know where you're going to end up? You know what I mean? I ain't even started yet. That's the funniest thing you guys don't even understand. I haven't even started.
So then what have the previous 8 years been about, Audley?
It's just been getting warm, man. It's been cooking the food. You know what I mean? It's been cooking the food. Because the reality is I turned pro in 2001. And, you know, it was battling out of the ring. And if I had my pathway, I could have just got my pathway. But you know what was...
Was it a mistake to be self-promoted then?
Hell no, was it a mistake. But the reality is I had to have a game plan that suited the time, which was avoiding a lot of bullets, you know what I mean? And that was the reality. I had to avoid a lot of bullets.
No go to barking.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, it's just...
It's like you in Barking.
And that's the reality. I had to avoid a lot of bullets. But I don't take anything away from that. I mean, when I first fought Danny the first time, I was 19-0, ranked in all the organisations. Unfortunately for me, that when the time came, I mean, it's like Matt Skelton was fighting, I got the fight, you know, short notice. And I just went, when my time came, and that will come out in the next book, or in the reality show that I'm penning, that will come out of why I didn't perform. Like you saw with the rematch, I was able to perform, but the reality is, it was even amazing that I was even able to get out there and just even walk out there. You know, and you saw the before. Everyone said he's scared of Danny, but there was a big shit going on behind the scenes.
Well, you mentioned jokingly the book and the reality show.
Yeah.
Is it that type of thing you want? Do you want to be good at boxing, or do you want to live a high-profile life?
Hey, how I came, and I saw and I conquered. And the reality is, I know people say, oh, well, he's too arrogant, he's too this. I'm just somebody who believes in what he says. And, you know, I've always been kind of like, the boxing's always been first. And I've always been a guy who can box, focus on getting my boxing down, and then I can do other things. That's me. The problem has been, if you see all my losses, is that I haven't taken care of that. And for whatever reason, like I said, one day it will all be open on the table. But the reality is, when I'm prepared to win, I can't lose. When I go to camp, like Danny Williams 2, Danny Williams 1, Phil was in camp with Hassim Rahman, I didn't go to camp, you know, a whole heap of shit went going on behind the scenes, and it just got to me, and I weren't able to perform. That's the bottom line.
In all contact sports, Audley, there's a mental barrier you have to go through when you're going to get hurt, or when someone's going to hit you. Yeah. Do you think you've got that to go through? Do you pull back from that?
No, I don't think I pull. I think my ability and my technique is what I am, what won me an Olympic gold medal. I mean, I spent a lot of time, I think, going off away from my pathway because I'm angry. I'm angry at you guys. Who I am. I'm a easygoing guy who's got the skills that no other heavyweight has got, and I've got a style where I can figure people out and take them out. And when I do that, I can't be beat. But the minute I get away from that, even Michael Sprott, I didn't want to be in there, so I'm forcing it, trying to get the guy out there. Sod's law, get knocked out. My thing is, I'm back to being me. I'm back to being Audley, the Olympic gold medalist. I've got silky skills, and I've got power, and I've got speed. But the main thing is in my brain. I can figure you out. I can strategize, put a game plan in, go to camp, pay the price, and I can't be beat. Whether that's Klitschko, whether that's whoever's in front of me, there's a way to beat that guy. I'm going to find a way. If you see my losses, Dominic Gwynn, confidence on the floor. A couple of warm-ups I'd have dealt with Dominic, no problem. Confidence on the floor, and it's all about mentally leaving camp knowing that